As it is, it's obvious that when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And everything in life needs to be prioritized. When a particular thing is prioritized, then you give it more attention. Welcome to another wonderful time on review today. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and of course, it is Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and this is the Friday edition. And joining me on the review today is Michael Ekenedilichukwu. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Ramsey. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
The chieftaincy title that you were being given, all right, maybe reflecting in what we want to talk about right now, because we're talking about the local communities.
Yes.
All right, because the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are aware that he just clocked 1 year in office. And you remember what's happening as far as it has to do with the local government autonomy. As at today, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in the person of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said governors should prioritize the needs of local communities. What do you make of that?
Oh, he's talking about recalibrating for effectiveness and accountability. You have 774 local government in Nigeria, but then are they very effective when it comes to policies coming from the state, from the federal? Are they very effective, or they're just redundant and passive? We have very, very many passive local government. He's talking about accountability when it comes to local government. And I feel that thing has to be put into their consciousness, because we have several local government out of the 774 that are still on the sleeping. They're still sleeping. They're just there. We have the local government. The allocations are being embezzled. Things are buildings, infrastructural development are liquidated. No road, no water, poverty. He talked about knowing that this is where most people live, farm, and also have the means of livelihood. So they go. It's a welcome development, and it's very pertinent that we have these local government becoming functional, not ceremonial.
All right, local government becoming functional, not ceremonial. Let me ask you, Mr. Michael, as it is right now, the president is talking about prioritizing the needs of the community. Like you talked about the local people, the people at the grassroots. How can you see the federal government's prioritization of the needs of Nigerians, looking at the effect of the policies so far on the people? Because if the president is coming out to say the governors should prioritize the needs of the community, it means he also knows the importance of prioritizing the needs of Nigerians. Absolutely. How can you marry these statements side by side with what the president has said?
For instance, if the president is doing the opposite of renewed hope agenda that he promised Nigerians, then how does he think the local government authority will prioritize the needs of the local government? I mean, that's like beating a child and asking him not to cry. When it comes to a holistic change or recalibration or accountability or effectiveness, it starts from the top, from top to bottom. Now, the foundation, it's very, very critical. Those that have been placed on the local government authorities, were they selected based on merit? Are they those that represent the interests of the people and the local government? We have so many people. A party comes in and tells you, hey, my people will have to be the ones that will be in the local government, so that they can be, they can have easy access to the state and federal government. It starts there. So there is corruption which has been endemic foundationally. How do we curb that? When you talk about a holistic change, that starts from the bottom. And how do you do that? That means if you consciously want to make them accountable and make local government authorities effective, then you have to be effective. Do what you've told Nigerians. Give us employment, light. Start from reducing the price of fuel. The one that affects every Dictum and Harry is the food and commodities. It's too expensive for an average man to eat. Okay, for instance,
and I even look at that as being part of the needs of the community.
Let me give an instance of a community in Enugu.
Okay.
Uzuwane precisely. This community, years back, they've been ravaged by bandits. He talked about herdsmen being given what they need, security advisor, giving accolades to the chief security advisor to the government. But then, have they placed priority on the northern state and left some state unsecured? You notice that bandits will go to a community.
Is there any state in Nigeria that's even secured right now? If
I mean,
if you want to talk about insecurity, it's almost in all the states. You can
Southeast.
hear of what happened even in Abia State, where some soldiers even lost their lives.
Absolutely. So the unknown government are still operating in the southeast. People are afraid to step into Imo State, Anambra, Abia State, and go through Enugu. Enugu would tell you, hey, sit at home. Someone is traveling and tells you they sit at home in the southeast. Who is IPO? Who is unknown government? We don't know. And then people, unknown government goes with impunity to a community in Uzo and in Nsukka local government, which is my place, goes there and scares people away. People don't go to farm anymore in this particular local government.
And that's one of the major needs of the local people.
Absolutely. Farming is their main source of livelihood. How many times do we have to? And that's why you see that fufu is even, the cassava that people buy to live is now very, very, very small, because that is where it is coming from. You go to farm.
You're always particular about
food.
Fufu in particular.
Food.
All right, let's talk about this now. Finally, before I let you go, because the time is almost up. The governors are the number one chief security of the state.
Of every
so
state,
the president saying they should prioritize the needs of the local community. It's not a bad one.
No, it's not
but
bad.
now, as it is right now, do you see what is happening in states to be the fault of governors or the federal government?
Not the federal government. Every man should own up to his own mistakes. The federal government will not be in the states simultaneously. You don't find the president ubiquitous in every state that is a state. It's not possible. It's not a spirit. So I want everybody that is given authority, starting from local government chairman, councillors, to hold themselves accountable. There was a time some states, these Tinubu palliatives were disbursed. Local government chairman, councillors embezzled them. You find them going to sell some. It was reported in most states in the southeast. I don't know about the north. Probably they got theirs. The north will also tell you that these palliatives didn't get to them. But then most of the councillors embezzled, sold, made money. Some will tell you, hey, it is my turn to enrich myself. So it starts from the councillor, local government chairman, then it moves to the House of Reps, Senate, then the governor of the state. The House of Rep member represents a constituency, right?
Yeah, in the state. Yeah.
So that's what it is. So it starts from the man that has proximity to the people that are going to farm.
Right. Thank you very much.
People that are going to farm cannot go to farm because bandits go to kill them all the time. There was a time people were in the barrier and they went to massacre about 10 to 15 people. Who is talking about that?
So that becomes a major need of the people, because security, the people needs to be secured, which is the number one assignment of whoever that is in charge of the people. I mean, the governor. You are the chief security of the state. So whatever happens in your state, it's good. I think one of the things that this administration is doing that I'm looking at, even though it's not holistic yet, is accountability and trying to make everybody sit up, trying to make everybody know their responsibility. Because when an assignment is being broken into units, you'll be able to meet up with it easier, and there should be a sense of urgency, as a matter of fact, looking at things happening. If the needs of the people at the local community must be met, then it means something needs to be done in a hurry. Thank you very much, Michael, for coming on the review this morning.
Thank you, Ramsey.
I wish you a very wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Sam. You too.
Thank you, viewers, for being there. This is going to be the size of the review for this morning. We will come on your way again, and that's going to be on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Please don't look for trouble. Make sure you are security conscious. Make sure you are careful wherever you go. And anything that is not necessary this time, don't buy. Be very careful how to draw your scale of preference. As a matter of fact, opportunity should be what is costing everything that you buy at this very particular point in time. My name is Ramsey, and bye-bye for now, and have a beautiful day.